Hey everyone, it's Loralynn with Upward Title. Today I'm going to give you a tutorial on how to pull a property profile on Title Toolbox. So let's get into it. First, make sure that when you are going to log in to your Title Toolbox account that you type in socal.upwardtitletoolbox.com into the browser. Don't type in titletoolbox.com, upwardtitletoolbox.com. It has to be socal.upwardtitletoolbox.com. And just to make it easier for yourself, favorite it. Go ahead and favorite that in your browser. So here at the top left, there's a tab that says property search. Now with this, you can click on it and search for a specific property 3 different ways. You can look up an address, you can look up an owner's name, you can look up the company name like an LLC, possibly a trust. You can use their first and last name. You can select a specific county, or you can check search entire state. I think you do have to type in a county, regardless of if you check off search entire state. But this is a really good step if, let's say, you meet someone out, at a coffee shop and they say that they own a bunch of properties. Now, they might have vested title into like an LLC. So unless you know the name of the LLC, you may not be able to find their properties. But in the off chance that they did just vest title in their name, you got their full name, you can look them up here and see if they do own property, like they said they did. Or you can look up a property by parcel number. Now, APN, that stands for Assessor's Parcel Number, and I liken that to being like a plot of land's social security number. Now, you do have to know the county for that. So if you just know the APN but don't have the county, you're not really going to be able to figure that out. So always know the county. So let's go back to address. I'm just going to type in, let's see, this property here. Just click on what's auto-populating and then press search. If there are recent searches, you can always press select and then it'll take you directly to the page that we're about to go to. Oh, sometimes it's kind of finicky. Okay. So typically it would pop up, but let me just go to the last 10 searches. I'm gonna select this one. So now this takes us to showing us one singular property. It's information. There's some basic information here initially. Address, when it was last sold, for how much, the owner's names, the APN, property type, square footage, and if it's occupied by the owner or not. Now, here, and I'll show you in a different tutorial, but if this is blue right here, that means that it's non-owner occupied. If this were green, that means that the owner does live there. The way I remember it is if it's green, it's like you have the green light. So if you were door knocking and you knocked on this door, you have the green light, you're talking to the owner. Now, we're going to switch over here. You see where it's kind of, maybe I'll zoom in a little bit. It's clickable right there, and it's kind of like a little muted notepad. If you click on that, you can write a note. So I'm just going to put sample note. You can date it, press submit, and then it's going to keep that note there. And once you add a note, this actually turns yellow, so it's color coded. Then if we hop on over to the left, this is a gear icon, or some people call it a settings icon, but this is going to be one of your favorite buttons to press in Title Toolbox, and I will show you why. Here you have all of these different options. If you want a property profile, you can press Profile with Comps. Takes a second to load. And it looks like there's only one comp that pulls up here. So if you want more comps, you can change the different filters here and metrics as to how the comps are pulled. So I can expand this to, let's do 4 miles. I press update results. There's still only one comp that's found. If I wanted to make, let's do 24 months to see if this affects the comps at all. Still only one comp found. Yep. Okay. So that is how you manipulate the comps that pop up on the property profile. If there's a comp in a list here, and there'll be a max of 15 comps that pull up that you don't like, you can always press this button right here and it deselects it and it won't pop up on the property profile. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to keep this selected and just press generate profile. Click here to review your report. It opens up in a separate tab. You can download this as a PDF. This is just a stock photo. This isn't the actual profile or property itself. It has the owner's name, the APN. This will have your information from your own account pulled up. You scroll down, more owner information, property characteristics. It's going to say the zoning right here. Light manufacturing is the use code, it says square footage, all that good stuff. If this were a residential property, it'd go ahead and tell you the beds, the baths, if there's a basement, if there's a pool. And then down here, you see latitude and longitude. I like this feature of latitude and longitude when dealing with vacant land properties. So if you have a client who wants to go drive to that property, or you're even just trying to figure out where this property is, how do you get there, you can plug in the latitude and longitude into Google Maps, and it will literally give you a route to those coordinates right there. So really helpful when you're dealing with vacant land. Goes into the most recent sale and loan. And now if you look here where it says document number, and you can see that this is clickable, it's blue, underlined. You can open this. I like to open it up in a new tab. And this is going to be an original recorded document that you can look at. So this is a deed, and you're able to see who granted to who. You can see who the recording was requested by, who recorded it, who notarized it, all of that good stuff. You can see when it happened. And if you go down here, you can see assessment and tax information, little nice aerial view of the subject property. And then it goes into a brief history of the chain of title. It's only going to show you title changes and any purchases or mortgage information on there, as well as any sort of foreclosure activity. So if there was a notice of default, a notice of trustee sale, it would say, and then you're able to have access to those documents as well via Title Toolbox. This is where the neighborhood comps pop up. So if there were more than one, you'd see more of it on a map, and then there'd be a bigger list here. This is clickable, so you can click this and it'll take you to kind of like the same looking page like this, except for this profile or this property right here. So that's just very brief. Then when you scroll down, you can see a more detailed view of the property, the subject property as a comp. Area sales analysis. And then this right here is next sellers within a given area around the subject property. And how next sellers are generated is it's based on the average number of years owned, plus a little bit of an algorithm applied to it. And so it goes, as you can see here, like the average number of years owned, most of these next sellers had bought between 2005 and 2007, what they were bought for. And if you want to see a full list of these next sellers around the subject property, all you have to do is press view all records and then press download/view records, and 150 next sellers around the subject property are going to pop up. Now you can see here where I'm hovering my mouse that these are pulling it always defaults to SFRs and condos. So even though our subject property was not a single family residence or condo, it pulls next sellers that are residential. And so that's the property profile. If you have any questions, feel free to call or text me on that. And that's pretty much it for the property profile. Let me go back. Oops. Let me go back to show you how to generate a different type of report. So we just did profile with comps. This is another really cool report that I like to pull just to see what type of life event activity is happening around a subject property. So again, you press the gear icon, press other reports, lead sheet, generate report. Takes a second. Click here to view your report. This is what I call a lead sheet. So it says open more doors near your listing. So for 274 households within approximately a 2.5-mile radius of the subject property, life is changing, and here we can see what different types of life events are happening. Liens, that can vary anywhere from an IRS tax lien, mechanics lien, possibly a child support lien. It just says lien there. Affidavits of death, there were 82, 21 notice of defaults, 15 bankruptcies, 9 notice of trustee sales, 7 divorces, 6 list pendants, and 5 probate. These are premium, so you do need to have, you would have had to buy some credits via Title Toolbox to purchase this data. But even if you don't purchase this data, it's still cool to see like what is happening in that given area. And then it has estimated volume, potential commissions. I mean, guys, right now in this market, we need to be going after people who are literally like raising their hands, even if they're not literally doing it. But this kind of indicates a need. And right now, it's important to go after property owners who are in need, who would need your help and need your expertise. So you can buy these. It ranges from 5 cents to 75 cents per record. You're just going to get the property address, so you can send letters, you can door knock. You can also buy the phone numbers and emails. So those are other different types of touches that you can implement. But this is just a really, really, really invaluable resource for you to utilize. So if you have any questions about how to pull a property profile or lead sheet, please let me know. I'm more than happy to assist. And you can also just email, text, call me, and I can also have my customer service manager help you with this, and I can even add forms and send you all this stuff myself. So if you have any questions, again, my name is Loralynn with Upward Title. I'm going to put my information in the description so you can reach out to me. And please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm here as a resource, and I'm so happy to help you. So I appreciate your time. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Bye.